Welcome back to the channel. I'm Cody, the Rad Retro Dad, and today we're gonna watch the live stream of the reveal from Bethesda of the Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. Um, there's not a lot of information out there on what they've been doing about it, other than we know it's going to be done in Unreal Engine 5, and we've seen a few screenshots, but we haven't seen a whole lot. So hey, we're going to check out this reveal. I'm kind of excited about the opportunity of jumping back into Oblivion again. Oblivion was one of my favorite games before Skyrim came out, and I've played through it maybe 4 times, and then Skyrim released, and then I played through Skyrim I don't know how many times, and then modded it and played through it again. So we're going to take a look, and I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Are you guys excited to jump back into the world of Oblivion and play through it again and see it in a new light? I am. Okay, so we're gonna get started here. All right, here we go, guys.
The others, they were taken to the tower. They're behind us.
Opening with a cinematic. Of course.
You hold our future in your hands.
Oh, that's kind of
Take
cool.
with you my blessings and the hope of the Empire. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Here we are 20 years later. When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters.
Oh, man.
Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series
Mhm.
and for how we make games as a studio.
I think it changed RPGs forever, to be honest with
I
you.
think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
It was the first RPG
Coming
I'd
back to
played.
Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
That had completely
There's so much
spoken
there,
text.
both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Man, did you see that computer she was
Oh my
using?
God, it's been 20 years. I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like,
Oh, yeah.
there's this like flood of nostalgia.
Super good intro.
Oblivion is the beginning of who I am as an individual, as a game developer. It all starts with it.
I don't even think it took me till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
I loved it.
such a key moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing. We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled
Sir
as
Patrick
Tamriel
Stewart did the
But for all
voiceover.
these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion.
Oh,
which
wow.
no waking eye may see.
Oh, yeah. This looks good. I mean, in all fairness, the first release of this game looked phenomenal at the time. This looks good. So far. We'll see.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels
Oh,
incredible.
wow. Oh, yeah.
When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
Oh,
We
yeah.
wanted to make the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is
Oh, wow,
Oblivion
look at
in
that.
its most complete form.
This looks cool. I'm just getting more excited the more they show.
About time someone got here. Huzzah!
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
I just remember
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous
Yeah.
Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine.
Oh, nice.
So you get the full experience.
Oh, that's so cool.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience.
Shivering Isles was my favorite
At
expansion.
the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first
10,000
game,
hours,
and
wow.
It was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path, but there will be blood and death before the end.
I just remember walking up to my first Oblivion gate and the sky just turns red and the clouds roll in. Oh man, that was like the coolest feeling ever. This is a true epic RPG. And it was something that nobody had seen at the time. I mean,
The technology
it
we
was
used
crazy.
to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
Wow.
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
I just wish that Unreal Engine
brush
5 was
opens a
more
portal into the
optimized.
painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit.
or eternity.
So I've got a Steam Deck, and Unreal Engine 5
We've
does not
leveraged
run
nearly
very well on
every
it.
major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use millions of polygons in each asset, allowing us a truly impressive level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch. We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light. We used an incredible new lip sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
And real tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome to the guild.
I'm sure they've thought of
We have
every
access
single
to
detail
so
for
many
this
modern
game.
rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest, insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Fane.
The one thing about Oblivion, though, is that the dungeons got repetitive because they were procedural generated. Not procedural generated, they were
It's not just visuals
block
that we've modernized
generated.
and
I don't
remastered.
remember what it was, but
It's gameplay.
they all kind of had the similar feel to each other, so it was a little boring to go into
UI
dungeon
and
after
UX.
dungeon after so long.
It's audio. We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
I'm actually down with that.
We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations, where there's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish. Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions.
Yeah, it was a little dry.
Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback.
Just didn't have the same like
You know, it's a little
connect
thing,
that
but little things add up to
other
make
games
combat more
had when
modern
you swung
and
your
engaging.
sword at somebody.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third-person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized.
Oh yeah.
One of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to
Impossible to
Starfield
play in
terms of
third person
playability.
before.
Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race
that's
represented
cool.
in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
It's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum!
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone! We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
Run in there, steal the Elder Scroll, and get out.
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because it was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint.
Yep.
In fact, all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch. And that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
There are just some
Every
purist
single
things that
updated
need to
or new
die.
feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini-games are the mini-games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great! How's it go again?
Like lockpicking. You can put a fresh coat of paint on it, but you can't change it too much because it's part of the core experience.
Whether you're returning to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
you will instantly feel at home. It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
It's been so long since I played it.
Time.
There's a lot of this I don't even remember. It's kind of fun to see it again.
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios. None of what we're surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks.
I think it's important to introduce old games in a new light to the newer generation.
They're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Otherwise, they're just not going to go back
Even
and play
if it's
them.
just the music, for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something.
And once you've
And
experienced
that's precious.
the new feel of
You're
a
going back to a world that you've been to
and the new
before,
mechanics of a
but
new
it's better
RPG,
somehow. Like,
it's hard to
an
go back.
intangible thing,
It really
but
is.
It's like, it's new, it's fun, like it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate that.
After I played Skyrim,
From all
it
of
was
us
hard
at
for me to go
Bethesda
back
Game
and play
Studios
Oblivion, I'll be honest.
We want to thank you for joining us today.
And really
Oblivion
hard
has a very
to
special
go back
place in
and
my
play
heart, and
Morrowind.
being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait. The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion Remaster will be available today.
I kind of had a feeling they were going to do that. They've been so secretive about this that I didn't think that they were going to just reveal it and say, oh, you can download it in 2 months.
But for all these years,
This must be their
never
new
been
trailer right
aware
here.
of my own dreams. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come. Looks clear.
A trap! The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness? Here must find your own path.
Remember the Emperor!
There's the unicorn.
Find him.
Had to fight off like 3 minotaurs to get that dang unicorn. And then if you hit the unicorn, he would just start attacking you, and you couldn't get him. And available today. Wow, that's super cool. I've still got my original Oblivion player's guide that shows you where all the quests are and stuff, and how to complete them. I wonder if I bet it still would apply. It looks like they did a pretty faithful recreation. Kept the core game exactly the same. I'm sure all the little things are still in there. So, hey, that was pretty cool. A lot of people, I think, what I was seeing online is that people were like, "Oh, they're making it look like Skyrim." I don't think they did. Skyrim is very dark and dingy, and that's kind of a charm of it, you know. That, you know, it feels like it's up north and it's cold. This feels warm, so I'm excited. I'll have to get this game and give it a try and let you guys know how it goes. So, but anyways, leave me some comments. Let me know what you're most excited about this Oblivion remaster, and I'll catch you guys next time. And remember, stay rad and stay retro.